So every year we all have that one person on our list who's really hard to buy for. And sometimes that person's a martial artist. And so today we're going to talk about some great gift ideas for the martial artist in your life. Okay, so some of these ideas are going to be general and work for any kind of martial artist, and some of these are going to be specific to the specific arts that they're involved in. So when it comes to the gifts, you've got everything from the main gift, which is a little more expensive, all the way down to stuff like stocking stuffers, and I wanted to cover a little bit of each of those things. So for starters, don't overlook the simple things. So I'm going to tackle an often overlooked one right off the bat. I don't have anything physical because it's not something physical. Most places where someone trains, there's the ability to do private lessons, and something like a gift certificate for some sessions with an instructor is a great gift. It's not very often students get one-on-one opportunities to train with their instructor, so that could be something really cool and something that they don't always think to buy for themselves or maybe can't afford to buy for themselves. So definitely look into whether or not something like that's an option. Makes a great main gift as well as just a great stocking stuffer. Next up, something really inexpensive, really great gift. And it's a journal. Really simple thing. You can go with something ready-made like this, and I'll talk about this in just a second, or you can just go with a journal that you think that they'll really like, something that fits their personality or something like that. Cool part about doing a journal is you also can buy them like a really cool pen or something like that too. This particular journal is called Journey. It was put together by Lawrence Kane and Chris Wilder, who are long-running martial artists. They have put together kind of a journal specific to the martial arts, which is kind of really cool. It's broken into two sections. The first section here is kind of free form, has some place for some notes, possibly a little drawing if you've got something you need to diagram or draw out. And then it's actually got a place even for the instructor to sign off on it if the instructor requires that they take notes of certain things. Then the back half is just completely blank. So you want to do some sketches of the thing that you're trying to remember or just freeform write, you've got all that option right there. It's got places to keep the date and that kind of stuff. In that first half, there's a quote on every page, and I think that's really awesome. So for example, one of the quotes here is one by Chris Wilder, and it says, "It must work on an unwilling partner," something I completely agree with. You have to train it with somebody who is willing and can help you understand the technique, but the technique itself has to work on somebody who's not going to give it to you. And so maybe that can kind of generate some thoughts and you can kind of jot some things down on these things. So really cool. Really like this. And all of this stuff, I'll have links below where you can check these out. But this is one of my current favorites. Really like it. And it's cheap. It's a great gift. It's when later on it's going to automatically become something that's valuable way more than you paid for it. Because as they fill it up, it's literally a path of the journey, right? When you look back through this stuff, this is something that I wish I would have done more when I was training, is I really wish I would have kept a journal and wrote more things down. I think this is a really great gift. I really think more people should take notes while they're learning and be able to have something to look back at. And who knows, maybe something that you give to your children someday. So very cool. Again, this is the one that I really like, but there's a lot of different ones out there. For a long time, I just ran a leather-bound journal, just standard issue. Really liked it. Another really easy gift that a martial artist really can't get enough of is books. Got a variety here. I'm going to make some recommendations, just some ones that I really like. Some of them on the table, many of them not. I actually do a lot of the e-reader, Kindle kind of thing. And I'll put a lot of links down below to some books that I really recommend. But for starters, if the person is doing karate, and even if they're not, Gichin Funakoshi's The Essence of Karate is really cool. Kind of goes into when Funakoshi was training and things about karate that he picked up while he trained with all the people that we look back to in the karate world, and just has some really great insight into what this stuff is all about. So very cool book. Really like this one. Recommend this one a ton. I've given it as gifts many times. I just think if you're doing karate especially, you should read this book. Gift of Fear, Gavin de Becker. This book literally changed things for me. This book is actually a great gift for even the non-martial artists, people that you care about, people that you love, because it's about recognizing your inherent ability to pick up on situations, your intuition that is literally there to help keep you from being in bad situations. He's got a couple others. Protecting the Gift, which is about children, so it's more written for parents, how to approach worrying about your children and preparing them for things. And then another one called Just 2 Seconds, I think is what it is. Also really good. It talks about kind of the fact that the way things happen so very quickly when we're dealing with this kind of stuff. So really great book. I give this one away when I do women's self-defense seminars, things like that. It's just really good. In the same vein, A Guerrilla Guide to Self-Defense. This is by Sean Stark. Sean Stark's a good friend of mine. He's doing incredible work in the self-defense market, really focusing on it being practical and being able to deliver skills and how do you get somebody really good skills very quickly. In general, the thing that I can tell you about Sean, both talking to him, working with him, and reading this book is when it comes to this stuff, the insight that he has, the statistics, the information that he has about how the stuff goes down is great for people who are not training, as well as the people who are, because you really have to kind of bring it back around to how does this stuff actually protect me? And the way that it does is through understanding what violence looks like and what bad situations look like and how to deal with them. So really great book. He's got other ones out there. You need to check those out too. I'll have links down below. Now, this one's kind of a gimme for the Filipino martial artists. It's like, this is a really cool book. This would make a really, really cool gift because it's actually a harder to find book. This is The Filipino Martial Arts by Dan Inosanto, and kind of considered the textbook for Filipino martial arts. If you've been following this channel, karate, jiu-jitsu, and Filipino martial arts are kind of my main areas. And this is an excellent book. So definitely, if you can run across a copy of this, if you've got a Filipino martial artist in your life and they don't know about this book or don't have a copy of it, this is a great, great gift. A little more expensive depending on where you find it and the condition that it's in, but man, it's worth it. So definitely check that out. Last up, as far as the ones that I've got on the table, is Who Moved My Cheese? Now, this book was recommended to me by a friend, and it is not martially related at all. It is life related. I recommend this book for everybody. I've given it as gifts to people I care about, and it's about being able to be in charge of your life and make sure that you're on the right track and how to evaluate and continue to be on the right track. So it's good for relationships, it's good financially, it's good in your martial training, it's good all over the place. You can tell, super small book, really quick read, really, really great, really, really great. This makes a great gift for literally anyone. Now, when it comes to books, there are so many, and I'm gonna, in the description below, I'm gonna list a variety more than I've had here. There's a lot of books that I've read through Kindle and things like that, or audiobooks that I don't have physical copies of. I'm gonna mention those below. Audiobooks are really cool, so I'll have a couple that I'll kind of mention that I really like. One I just finished by Roy Dean called Becoming the Black Belt. It's about his jiu-jitsu journey and his path through all of that. Really, really cool. I mean, it's talking through how he went through the actual curriculum, but more so how his life changed through jiu-jitsu, how it affected him, and all of that, the people that he met, the way that impacted him, and it was really, really good. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about it is he narrated himself, but it was an audiobook. And when it comes to the martial arts, there's not a lot of audiobooks because most people want something that's full of pictures and full of technique and stuff like that. But I really think feeding the brain is really, really important, and being able to have a great audiobook that you can listen to is just really, really cool. Right now, I'm working on Fight Like a Physicist, which is you can get it in print, but it's been a really great audiobook too, which is all about the physics of the martial arts, and I think that's really, really cool. So anyway, those are just some books. Books in general, really great gift idea all the time, and they can be both expensive to inexpensive. They make great stocking stuffers or just plain gifts. So we just talked about Filipino martial arts a little bit when we were talking about the books, and I want to mention some gifts for them too, because sometimes it's a little harder. Filipino martial arts, while as a traditional martial art, it's not treated like a lot. So some of the gifts that I'm going to have, the gift ideas, are going to be based in very traditional kind of stuff. But then the Filipino martial arts, because it doesn't traditionally wear a certain type of uniform or that sort of thing, gifts for the Filipino martial artist is a little more difficult. Most Filipino martial artists are going to have some rattan sticks, maybe a training knife, things like that. So a great go-to is kind of alternate wood training sticks. So a lot of times the practitioner is going to have rattan sticks, but giving them something a little different to train with is a great gift, not very expensive. These ones are Bahi. It's a hardwood, really beautiful hardwood. Bahi has a really beautiful grain to it, but the main thing is it's a heavier wood. Not as good for contact if you're gonna like repeated contact with it while you're training, but for solo training, really, really good. And of course, if you needed to actually use it, a harder wood is gonna be ideal. These ones are from Kali Gear. Kali Gear also has some great bags and things for carrying your equipment. Really like their stuff, and plus they release some really great blog articles and stuff to read. So Bahi. The other one I've got on the table is Kamagong. Kamagong is an iron wood, so heavy. They're both, in this case, the set that I have are fairly similar in weight, but definitely heavier than your rattan sticks. So for your solo training, it's going to build up that strength where you need it, and you're going to get just a better overall training when you have different tools to work with. These ones are actually a gift to me. I really appreciated that gift, and I train with these all the time. I really, really like them. I've given them as a gift too. You can get them from places like Kali Gear, but you can also get them through, I mean, I've even found some on Etsy, so you can definitely check out some Kamagong or some Bahi alternate wood sticks. Okay, now this one's going to be pretty obvious. For the martial artist, a gi is a great place to go. A lot of different gis out there. Some of them can be kind of expensive. This is not an inexpensive gi. This is the Seishin gi. I'll have a link below to this too. I've gone through a number of gis over the years just from hard training, things like that, them getting torn and different stuff. When it came time to replace one, I had been watching this and I checked it out and I really, really liked it. I've recommended it to a number of people. A number of the people that train with me have picked one up themselves. You can get it in black or white and a couple different textures and things. Really great traditional martial arts gi. The company also does belts and gloves and things like that too, but I really like this gi. Has a very good, comfortable fit to it. A lot of times we won't buy these for ourselves or maybe can't afford to, so this makes a really great gift. If karate, taekwondo, and stuff is not your art, then I also recommend, I really like the Hayabusa Keys. I got one of those as a gift and it was a great gi. Really, really like that gi. And just recently tried out a Fuji Jiu-Jitsu gi. Both of them kind of a lightweight gi, different materials for the pants. Really great fit, really great cut. The thing that I like about the Seishin, about the Fuji, and about the Hayabusa is, at least for me, getting a good cut, a good fit has been difficult, and all of these have been really great. The materials, the craftsmanship, really strong, very durable. They've held up really, really well, and they make a great, great gift. All in all, a new uniform, a new gi that's gonna be of higher quality. It's just a really great gift. It really shows that you care about their training, and it's just a really cool thing. There's a number of different gis out there, different companies. There's a lot of really great ones. I just haven't tried them all. These are the ones I like. I'm gonna link them below so you can check them out. Next up is one of the areas that I think is really important and often not paid attention to. Recovery is one of the most important things you can do for your body as a martial artist. You spend a lot of time training hard, you work hard, you take your body past the limits, and you really have to make sure that you're actually spending time recovering too. Otherwise it can be very, very painful, very sore. It can actually limit how capable you are of continuing. So something like a foam roller is a great place to go to keep yourself, your muscles and everything in line. Just recently started trying these out. These are the Chirp wheels. This is the smaller of three. They've got in sizes. They've got this small size, a medium size, and a large size. Really, really like these. You can see they've got kind of this groove texture, and that's for rolling down your back, but they're not just for rolling down your back. But especially I have a hard time getting through to like my shoulders and stuff like that. So these are narrow enough to fit in between the shoulder blades, and you can really work on that upper thoracic spine mobility. And I really, really enjoy the way these work. And they're not very expensive, but you can pick them up. They just make a great gift from the fact that you just care about these people taking care of their bodies and having good recovery in their training. A little bit of time on something like this or on a foam roller goes such a long way to making sure that your body's in good shape, good mobility, and the whole deal. So really important. Definitely don't overlook something like that. Last up, water bottle. Okay. If you're training martial arts, you need to hydrate. If you're training any sport, you should be hydrating, right? Sometimes we forget, but a really good water bottle is a great gift, right? We have different ones. I am a big fan of the Clean Canteen. They've got a number of different tops to them. I really like this particular top because it's kind of closed down. You can open it up easy. You don't have to actually take the lid all the way off. Plus, a lot of these things like the gi, right? You kind of see right in here, you know, your gi, your different stuff comes with stickers these days. You can throw your stickers on and make it into something really personal, which is really cool. Inexpensive gift, really great gift for someone to throw in their bag. I don't have one here, but a bag is also a great gift, something to put all their gear into. Plus, it just encourages that you're getting that hydration. Hydration is super important. Stocking stuff for things I don't have on the list are some simple things like hand wraps, or, you know, maybe just some basic gloves, or even focus mitts. You know, a lot of times we go pick up gloves and things like that, but we don't pick up something like a focus mitt, so we can grab a partner and kind of work different drills and that sort of thing. So those become really, really great. Now for a stocking, okay, focus mitts are a great gift, not a great stocking stuffer because most stockings aren't big enough. But just on the list of hand wraps and things like that, focus mitts are a great gift. Hand wraps, super small, super inexpensive, perfect stocking stuffer. Okay, now for the last thing. So this, I'm gonna grab my phone. One of the things that we got to take advantage of are these things that we carry with us all the time. A couple really great gifts. There are some great martial artists putting out online content, video content, podcast content, things like that. So some of them are subscription based through either their own site having a subscription system to it, or things like Patreon. Some really great martial artists that I enjoy have great Patreon sites. People like Eli Knight, Wim Demir have great content available through Patreon. But you also have things like Paul Ingram and thekaliCenter.com. That's a great Filipino martial arts resource. A lot of different material there. He's doing some really great work and putting a lot of effort into building a really great resource for people, especially people that can't reach training. Ian Abernathy has a great app. I really recommend that for the traditional martial artist. I mean, really, I just really enjoy it. If you're a martial artist, I think you should be checking it out. Very practical, very pragmatic, but when it comes to traditional martial arts, traditional karate specifically, Ian Abernathy's app is excellent. The content there is well worth it. You know, and it's something like $10 a month, something like that. There are some really great apps for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, Gracie's got their own stuff set up. You've got people like Stefan Kesting who've put together a really great app that you can check out. There's so many. Jiu-Jitsu probably has more apps than most of them these days, and I think that's really, really great, especially if nothing else, just a resource, but there's just online material that's full curriculum that's really worth looking at. Now, I mean, disclaimer, I don't encourage people to have online video app-based training as their main training. If it's all you got, it's all you got, and do it. But if you have the opportunity for an instructor, what they are really good for is a great resource, a great reference, something to keep you inspired, to keep you learning, and give you some great things to talk about with your instructor and things to work through. Just different insight, different perspective. It's really, really good stuff. I'm sure there are ways to do, you know, buy somebody a year subscription or something like that to some of this online content, and that's a really cool gift. Now, when it comes to apps, one of the ones that I think is really worth checking into, and there's a couple different ones out there, but the one I'm going to recommend is called Huddle Technique. Really cool app. The whole idea behind it is to be able to quickly pull out a phone, record, have somebody record you, or record, you know, one of your students if you're a teacher, or even just each other, record a technique or a movement or a form or something like that. Be able to play it back in slow motion, be able to mark it up so you can even look at angles of things and be able to mark up and say, hey, this is where we can improve that, or even just as reference to see, okay, what did this used to look like? What does it look like now? These are such a great tool. We carry around one of the most capable tools with us in our pocket constantly to help us with our training. We're not necessarily using it. So I encourage people constantly pull out your phone and record yourself doing your kata, record yourself training, record yourself sparring, record yourself doing that stuff so you can go back and look. But something like Huddle Technique is such a really cool thing because it actually lets you play it back in slow motion, scrub through it forward and back, and be able to see, what does my technique look like? Does it look the way that it should? And as an instructor, being able to have something like this is a tool that you can use to show somebody, hey, when I tell you that I want you to improve this angle, here's a video of that. Let's scrub through that. Here's the moment that I mean. So during your technique, I want to see this angle. So see how this is coming at this degree. I want this to come out at 45 degrees. Or whatever. Be able to play it back in slow motion, mark it up, and have that is such a great and powerful tool to be able to improve somebody's training, both your own, your friends, or your students. And cheap. I mean, Huddle Technique is free, and there's no cost to it. There's another one called like Coach's Eye, I think, and it's maybe $5. Huddle Technique does have some additional features that you can pay for, but all the features that I mentioned are included, and you can even share that. There's kind of an online thing where you can share the videos to your team or other people in your group. Really, really cool, really great thing. So that's it. Those are my gift ideas for the martial artists in your life this Christmas. What do you think? What did I leave out? And what kind of gifts do you suggest? So drop them in the comments. I want to hear what kind of gifts that you're hoping for this year as a martial artist. Or if you thought of some really cool gifts ideas for somebody in your life, shoot those too. I'd really like to see what other cool stuff is out there and what other things people are thinking about. In the meantime, I've included links for all of this stuff in the description below. Things that I recommend, some extra stuff that I didn't mention in the video or show in the video is down there too. Some of them are going to be affiliate links, so if you use them, that helps the channel out. I really appreciate that, but not all of them are, and that's not why I'm doing it. I really just want to share some of the stuff that I have found and I really enjoy and want to get that out where people can try it out and maybe help somebody come up with some gift ideas, because sometimes the martial artist is hard to buy for, especially if you're like me and you just buy the stuff you want, and you make it really hard for people to buy you stuff. Anyway, that's it for today. Be sure to give a thumbs up if you like this video. Please share it to anybody you think who could use some great gift ideas this year. Subscribe if you like videos like this or content like this, and definitely check out some of the other videos that I've got going. I do videos every week on my thoughts and philosophy in the martial arts, as well as sometimes some technique stuff that comes out, as well as some different reviews for things. So be sure to subscribe to see when that stuff's coming out. Hit that bell if you want to be the first to know when the next video comes out. As always, I really appreciate your support. I think we're almost up to 100 subscribers on this channel, and it's just been growing like crazy, and I really appreciate every one of you. So that's it for today. I'm too far away from the camera to do my punchy exit, so I guess we'll just... So I'm gonna come up with something good to say to start the video. Look, F off, it's Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I never have somebody else's opinion, so now I have one. Everything from the main event to the main event. That's weird. The day of Christmas. Yeah, we're gonna have an all-out brawl right in front of the tree. Welcome to our Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Martial Christmas. See, with you in here, we might have better bloopers. I'm going to use this gift to wet my palate. You can't laugh like that while I'm trying to take a drink. That's how I spray the camera in. All right, now you got to rein it in. Shut your mouth. There's an edit right there. The sound of me breathing. What do you call somebody who's receiving a gift? Your recipient? That sounds too professional. Loved one.
You're not giving a gift to a stranger.
Maybe I am giving a gift to a stranger. Why? Who gets thrown in jail for giving gifts to strangers? Okay, so don't be creepy about it, but you can give gifts to strangers. All right, well, yeah, that did get weird. So for starters, don't forget, just don't forget to do it. The worst Christmas gift is the one you forgot to buy. Oh, yeah, I'm not even getting to these things yet. See, you're not in my head. You gotta be in my head first. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. Maybe this is harder with you in here. So then I giggle. No, it's fine. Boom, and cut. And that's a wrap. We did it.